Strength is not something you're born with. It's not handed to you. It's forged, hammered, beaten into shape by pain, discipline, and choices that most people are too weak to make. Most men live their whole lives in quiet desperation, chasing comfort, running from hardship, and hiding behind excuses. They wonder why they feel powerless, why nothing ever changes, why their life feels like a cage. But the truth is brutal. Strength doesn't come from comfort. It comes from sacrifice. It comes from cutting away the soft parts of yourself and hardening into the kind of man who can't be broken. And that's where Stoicism comes in. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, men who lived in a ruthless world, yet stood unshaken. They wrote the rules not for surviving, but for becoming unbreakable. So today, I'm going to give you 12 ruthless Stoic rules that, if you live by them, will turn you into the strongest version of yourself. No sugarcoating, no soft advice, just pure, ruthless principles that will either break you or build you into steel. Let's begin. Rule 1. Discipline over feelings. Creed. Do not ask your body how it feels. Command it. Your feelings lie. Your emotions beg for comfort. Your body screams for ease. But strength is built by ignoring those cries. Epictetus said, "You must stop concerning yourself with what you can't control." What can't you control? Your moods, your random urges, whether you feel like it. A weak man waits for motivation. A strong man lives by discipline. He doesn't ask, "Do I feel like working out?" He trains anyway. He doesn't ask, "Do I feel like studying, building, grinding?" He does it because his mission demands it. Your enemy is not the outside world. Your enemy is your inner softness. Kill it. When you stop serving your feelings and start commanding them, you become unstoppable. Rule 2. Embrace voluntary hardship. Creed. Seek discomfort or discomfort will seek you. Marcus Aurelius woke up in a palace every morning, but he forced himself to rise early to remind himself, you were born for duty, not luxury. You want strength? Stop avoiding hardship. Start running toward it. Fast. Take cold showers. Wake up earlier than you want. Do the work when you're tired. Carry the heavy load no one else wants. Why? Because life will test you anyway. Hardship is coming. You can either prepare by training in discomfort or collapse when the storm arrives. The Stoics practice voluntary discomfort, eating plain food, sleeping on the ground, imagining loss, so they'd never be slaves to comfort. Weak men drown in luxury. Strong men sharpen themselves against suffering. Rule 3. Detach from opinions. Creed. The crowd is drunk on noise. Stay sober. You want to be strong? Then stop living for other people's approval. Marcus wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Most men are prisoners of perception. They dress for others, speak for others, even dream according to others. That's weakness. The strongest version of you doesn't bend to gossip, criticism, or applause. He knows who he is. He answers to his own reason. Detach. Be hated if necessary. Be misunderstood. Better to be free with your soul intact than popular and enslaved. Rule 4. Turn pain into fuel. Creed. Every wound is wood for the fire. Life will hurt you. People will betray you. You'll lose money, relationships, opportunities. Most men waste that pain. They complain. They drown in self-pity. But the Stoic warrior? He burns it. He takes the pain and feeds it to fire. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That breakup? Use it to fuel your mission. That rejection? Make it your training partner. That failure? Sharpen your edge. Pain doesn't weaken you unless you let it. Pain is the forge. And if you know how to use it, you walk out stronger every time. Rule 5. Master your tongue. Creed. A sharp sword kept she commands more respect than one swung wildly. Strong men do not waste words. They don't gossip. They don't whine. They don't shout to prove their strength. Epictetus said, "Nature gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we might listen twice as much as we speak." Weak men spill everything, their fears, their secrets, their emotions. Strong men hold their tongue. They observe. They calculate. And when they speak, every word lands like steel. Control your mouth, and you control your reputation, your energy, and your enemies. Rule 6. Dominate the morning. Creed. When the first hour, when the day. How you start determines how you finish. Most men wake up like slaves, checking their phone, drowning in distraction, already defeated. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a man." The strongest version of you wakes up with command. No snooze, no scrolling. He builds himself before the world touches him. Training, journaling, reading, planning. Dominate your mornings, and life can't throw you off balance. Rule 7. Practice ruthless self-control. Creed. He who masters himself cannot be owned. You want to see weakness? Look at a man enslaved by his urges. Addicted to lust, junk food, cheap dopamine validation. Seneca warned. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Strong men cut their vices before their vices cut them down. No addictions, no compulsions. Nothing owns them. When you control your desires, you're free. When your desires control you, you're chained. Self-control isn't optional. It's the root of all strength. Rule 8. Focus only on what you can control. Creed. Everything else is noise. You can't control the weather. You can't control the economy. You can't control what she says, what they think, what the world does. So, why waste energy? Epictetus divided life into two categories. What's up to us and what isn't. Everything else is wasted fire. Strong men don't drown in politics, gossip, or hypotheticals. They focus on their actions, their choices, their responses. The world screams for your attention. Ignore it. Guard your focus like a fortress. Rule 9. Cut weak ties. Creed. Rottenwood breaks the whole structure. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. Weak men surround themselves with cowards, clowns, complainers. And guess what? That's what they become. Marcus Aurelius said, "You become what you give your attention to." The same is true of people. If you want to be strong, surround yourself with men who sharpen you, and cut off those who drain you. Mercy for the weak is cruelty to yourself. A wolf doesn't run with sheep. Neither should you. Rule 10. Learn to stand alone. Creed. If you need the crowd, you're already broken. Strength is proven in solitude. Can you walk alone? Can you grind without applause? Can you stay steady when no one's watching? Seneca said, "The greatest man is he who relies least on others." Weak men beg for validation. They crumble in silence. Strong men build themselves in solitude. So when a crowd comes, they're unshakable. Loneliness isn't your enemy. Dependence is. Learn to stand alone, and you'll never kneel to anyone. Rule 11. Always choose action. Creed. Stop talking. Do. Most men drown in planning, talking, dreaming, posting, waiting for the right moment. Marcus Aurelius cut through the noise. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Action is the cure for fear. Action is the cure for doubt. Action is the proof of strength. Don't say you'll get fit. Train today. Don't say you'll build wealth. Start grinding today. Don't say you'll change. Move now. The strongest version of you is built in action, not theory. Rule 12. Memento mori. Creed. Remember, you will die. The most ruthless rule of all. You think you have time? You don't. Death is coming. Every second wasted in fear, laziness, weakness. It's gone forever. The Stoics kept skulls on their desks, whispered to themselves daily. Memento mori. Remember death, not to be dark, but to remind themselves to live. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short life, but that we make it so." You want strength? Lie with death in mind. Stop postponing. Stop waiting. Live urgently, fiercely now, because tomorrow is not promised. Strength is not a gift. It's a decision. A decision to live by ruthless rules when everyone else chooses weakness. Discipline over feelings. hardship over comfort, detachment over opinion, pain as fuel, silence as power, mornings as victories, self-control as freedom, focus as armor, cutting weakness, standing alone, acting without delay, and remembering every day that you will die. Live these rules, and you will become untouchable, unbreakable, the strongest version of yourself. And when the world looks at you, they won't see just a man. They'll see steel. The weak man waits for permission. The strong man gives himself orders. Stop waiting. Stop hoping. Start becoming. Remember this. Life doesn't hand out strength. It demands it. And if you refuse, if you stay soft, the world will break you. But if you rise, if you live by these ruthless rules, nothing, no man, no woman, no storm, no pain will ever be able to break you again. Now go. Be unshakable. Be untouchable. Be the strongest version of yourself.